I think it's time that I finally break my, what is it called? Hymen? My hymen on the Carti Beethoven video. I always see this shit. Always. I know it's an old ass video, but I just wanted to see what their argument was about, like, how this is what it's called. Okay. Why Playboi Carti is better than Beethoven. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen this shit.
Man.
Hold up.
Classic. So, we all know that music has been around for a long time. It's been around since Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson times, basically the BC era of music. But did you know music existed even before that? Yeah, I know, that's pretty crazy. I was astonished when I found that out too. Apparently, in the caveman era, where they wore wigs and fruity clothes, there was an artist named Beethoven. And back then, there was a lot of hype around him. So
same with Playboi Carti too, because he is an eternal being. He is a vampire. He lived all the way back then. You just didn't know.
my curiosity got the best of me, and I listened to a few of his tracks, and I was flabbergasted, dumbfounded, discombobulated at how trash this music was.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was fire.
It made me think, why is this man even remembered and considered a legend in everybody's elementary school music?
Wasn't Beethoven deaf? Like, how did people probably had terrible taste in music back then if they thought that a deaf person was making good music. Hold on, I gotta check that shit. Beethoven deaf. Beethoven first noticed difficulties with his hearing decades earlier, sometimes when he was 28 years old. By the time he was 45 or 40, he was totally deaf and unable to converse unless he passed written notes back and forth. Y'all telling me this dude couldn't even hear the shit he was playing and people were listening to it like, you know, twerking on stage from it? No, sir. Like, I can see Stevie Wonder being blind. Like, that doesn't affect your actual music abilities, right?
Class. It also made me think, why don't I compare one of the greatest musicians of all time, Playboi Carti, with this overrated old man? I mean, they both make classic music, although for the other guy that's debatable. So why not show you why Sir Jordan Terrell Carter is better than Beethoven? By the way, if y'all didn't know, I'm a day one Carti stan. I've been bumping his music ever since he was Millie rockin' in New York. I even loved Whole Lotta Red when it first dropped. I didn't forget you fake Carti stans.
That's a flex nowadays. I fucked with a Whole Lotta Red before everybody switched back onto him.
Hitting on it and saying Mario Judah's Whole Lotta Red was better. I didn't forget that. I remember. Y'all fake.
Facts. Fuck those people. The whole time I was like, yo, y'all are lame.
I'm real. Sorry. I just had to get that off my chest. Anyways, I'm a real Carti vamp. Now let's get back to the facts. In this comparison, I'll be going over the 3 essential categories that makes an artist great. Those categories being legacy, lyrics, and music listening experience. And both artists will be scored out of 100 in each category. Anyways, no more peeing on the urinal cakes. Let's get this started. Alright, so first up we got legacy. Now, an artist's legacy shows the impact the artist and his work had on the musical landscape. And I feel there's no better man that has had a bigger impact in history than Playboi Carti. This man has only made instant classics, has one of the greatest—
I wouldn't say instant classics though. Because the same shit that Whole Lotta Red went through, Die Lit low-key went through. Like, the first time I listened to Die Lit, I was like, damn it, this is all meshing into each other. But then you just get used to it, and then you hear the differences in each song.
Unreleased music catalogs in history has had a—
Now that's true. I don't hear nobody bumping Beethoven's leaks. What the fuck is this? No comparison.
Maybe with a top 5 rapper, and he fine, no homo, but maybe a little homo. Like, come on, this man has long time, R.I.P., Flatbread Freestyle, Shooter, R.I.P. Fredo, and Poke It Out, all on the same album. We gonna forget about that nigga first.
Poke It Out.
This man's fan base is full of the most intelligent, smart individuals out there. We got future rockets.
Yo, is that true? Y'all think Carti got the most intelligent fans? I don't know about that, man. I feel like the IQ of Carti fans. You know what? To go through all of the theories that we did for a Whole Lotta Red and like draw different conclusions and have different assumptions and all come to, you know what? That means you're stupid, because I feel like we just based our assumptions off of literally no facts. That would be pretty dumb. I'd say it's more like Kendrick fans or or like any of the lyrical rappers. Like, look, I'm not trying to be a hater. Y'all know I like Carti more than Kendrick and all them and J. Cole, but come on. It just comes with the type of music it is. But I'm not trying to being smart sometimes isn't fun. Why be like all serious all the time?
Scientists in this fan base, and the man has created vampires. What has this man not done? It's
created vampires.
Clear this man will not only leave a legacy in the hip-hop community for years to come, but also be in the history books known as the prophet of our society. I'm giving Carti 100 out of 100 in the legacy category. Now we have
Beethoven. It's too soon to give Carti 100 legacy already.
Honestly, I personally never met anybody in my life that listens to Beethoven. Like, seriously, when was the last time you was driving with your friend and he said, hey yo, put on some Beethoven next? And, nigga, if you don't get out my car. But that has never happened to you because no one has ever said that ever in the history of mankind. But I'll give him
I mean, realistically, has anyone ever said put on the Beatles in your car? No. But like, they're one of the most all-time selling, artists or bands.
He's still talked about today. He's still got some clout after 1,000 years later. The orchestra teachers love him, and old people love him too. So
facts. Will people remember Playboi Carti in 1,000 years? Actually, it's not 1,000. I think it was like 1780 something is when Beethoven was popping in the streets. So in 300 years or 250 years, what is that? 2,272. Carti gotta remain relevant, and he probably still won't drop. I'm gonna be real.
That's not nothing. I'll give him a 40 out of 100 in the legacy category. Obviously, he's not Carti level, but he has a whole movie named after him, so I'll give him that. Next category, we have lyrics. Lyrics are an essential part to an artist's music.
Oh my God. He's going to give Carti 100 on every single stat. I already know it. Well, the thing is, Beethoven didn't even have words in his songs, so he's going to get a 0 from that.
Way to connect with an artist's inner deep true feelings and emotions. And Playboi Carti is one of the greatest lyricists of all time. The man writes his heart out in every single one of his songs, displaying emotions that only his true fans, like myself, would understand, bringing out his inner Shakespeare on every album. My personal favorite lyrics from Mr. Carter is from his highly acclaimed song, New Tank. In this song, Carti says,
I fucking clicked off of it.
Damn. I mean, they both, like, seriously, legacy category. On every militarization, I'm serving that bass. I got me some thoughts.
I thought he was gonna say, let me get your part outside, just put me like Lee.
I was gay. Whoa. Now, when you analyze these lyrics, it's clear that this is a hidden message of World War II militarization and human trafficking. Let me explain. His opening lyrics, I'm serving that bass, tell the story of the demilitarization of Japan's army after the World War II. But Carti says he's serving
What? Yo, I remember this picture.
Base, meaning he won't abandon his country of Japan, no matter what. Thank you for serving our country, Carti. And his second line, I brought me some thoughts, has a subliminal message of the terrors of the human traffic industry, saying how easy it is to acquire a woman, aka thoughts, in the underground. And the lyrics.
Is it really that easy? How much you think that I don't even want to go into that, actually. Never mind. I feel like you got to be on some dark web shit, which is low-key kind of hard.
They thought I was gay. It's just a fun, quirky joke of him saying that he listens to Drake. This man is a genius when writing a song, and lyrics with hidden meanings like what I just showed you is in all of his songs. We are witnessing a modern day MLK in our eyes, and that's why Carti deserves nothing less than a 500 out of 100.
Oh my God, what the fuck,
Now let's move on to Beethoven's lyrics. Oh wait, he doesn't have it.
He don't have lyrics.
This sorry
Nah, since he was deaf, he was probably mumbling on that shit. Yo, Beethoven is the original mumble rapper. You can't. Shit, that's where Carti loses. Beethoven was probably on that shit like.
Excuse of a musician doesn't even have lyrics in his song, and when I tried to look them up, these things popped up. What is this? Morse code? Who writes their music
And
like this?
he was the OG. What is it? Carti Knees script writer. He had his own hieroglyphics. What the fuck is this, bruh?
Find out he was deaf his whole career. How he make music if he can't hear it and don't know what it sounds like? He had to have a ghostwriter. Ain't no
What I'm saying.
No way. And for that alone,
Carti was probably his ghostwriter.
Beethoven gets a 0 out of 100 in lyrics.
I know it.
You know what? I'm being a little too nice. Fucking negative 2,000.
Oh my God.
He ain't even try. Last but not least, we got the music experience. Even though all the categories I've mentioned before are a vital part in what makes an artist good, at the end of the day, if the music doesn't sound good, I'm not listening to it. So let's listen to some Playboi Carti and Beethoven and judge which one of them actually has the better music. First up, Senor Carti. That was beautiful. This is what you call real music. Carti's always either got me floating or happy like a little boy. His music is so ahead of its time. When we in the year 5000 with flying cars and 2 billion genders, his music will still be
And 2 billion. They thought I was gay.
playing on the radio, top of the charts. And for that, this was a 1,000,000 out of 100 music experience.
At least be fair, bro. Like you said, 100 out of 100. Keep to the scale.
They don't make them like this anymore. Anyways, let's listen to Beethoven. See, I told you that was fucking garbage. Some of the worst sounds my ears have ever witnessed. Like Beethoven.
Yeah. Y'all think, okay, so when you hear Carti, there's like just, when everybody hears it, there's like some certain bounce to it. You start like looking at your friends like, oh shit, this, right? Car starts bumping. What do you think people heard when Beethoven started playing? Y'all think people were fucking to that shit back in the day? No, sir. The bitches probably left, bro. Chicks probably weren't even allowed to listen to music back in those days. No wonder it was trash.
Beethoven, I get that you're blind or deaf. Same thing. But you don't gotta make your music sound like speed songs. Ain't nothing good in this kind of music. I've heard enough. That's a solid negative billion. Absolutely nasty toilet sounds for music. I hope that proves my point about Sir Playboi Carti being the ultimate GOAT and Beethoven just being a poor old hoodlum. No wonder why they call his music broke music. By the way, this comparison also applies to artists like Mozart. Like, what did he make? Twinkle Twinkle Little Shit? That nursery rhyme? Man, Helen Keller could have made something like that. By the way, Playboi Carti is also better than Helen Keller.
Yo, I mean, that's a fact. Carti's definitely better than Helen Keller. What did Helen Keller really do? Are y'all listening to Helen Keller right now? Is she in your Spotify playlist? Or is she on your SoundCloud? I don't think so. So that answers your question right there.